time to check out your neighbors on the Good Neighbor Podcast, where we bring good vibes, great neighbors, and local businesses in Southwest Florida together. Here's your host, Cabo Jim Schaller.
Welcome, Good Neighbors, episode number 252 of the Good Neighbor Podcast. Today we have good neighbor Robyn Deering from the Franchise Consulting Company. Welcome.
Hi, thank you.
Yeah, a pleasure to have you on the show and share with our listeners what you do. So let's jump right in, and why don't you share a little bit about what you do?
I'm a franchise consultant, so I bring opportunities and people together, sort of like a real estate agent shows people properties. I try to find the ideal candidates for the 400 plus franchises that are in our brokerage. I'm also a partner in the franchise consulting company, so I take a lot of pride in finding the right franchisee for the right franchisor, so that the skill sets and the market conditions and personalities all fit together.
Very good. That's a lot of options for your potential franchisees, right? That's great. So, how do you get involved in the franchise industry? How did you do it? I guess I should ask.
I'm what they call a corporate refugee. I was in small business acquisitions and other corporate jobs, engineering, graphic arts over the years. And one by one, they just collapsed and got outsourced. And I finally just had enough of it. And I was pondering my next move when Nick Nianakis from the Franchise Consulting Agents company contacted me and introduced me to the wide world of franchising, and I just loved it. Entrepreneurs have a lot more control over their viability for the long term and the profits and the ability to adapt to the conditions around them, so that you're not just watching corporations shuffle you around.
Yep, exactly. You have more control at the end of the day, and you're following your passion, which is a good thing. So let's talk about challenges along your journey, whether personally or professionally. Every time you kind of transition or change, there's always some type of challenge to overcome. Is there something along your journey that helped define who you are today?
Yeah, I was lucky, I guess. The careers that I've had went obsolete before my eyes. So I learned early on to be nimble, to be ready to learn new things, adapt to new things, embrace technology, and work together to, smooth out some of the rough patches when you're integrating different companies, or, merging things, or you're learning a new software. Just, take a deep breath and just keep swimming, because it'll all come together.
Just kind of persevere and push through, and you'll get through, right? That's what it comes down to. So let's talk about maybe some of the myths or misconceptions surrounding the franchise industry.
Well, there's a few, and some of them are kind of well-founded depending on who you're working with. One of the myths that I hear a lot is the franchisors will just take all of your profits. You're going to pay everything in royalties, and you're like a slave to the company. And that can be true for some, that aren't well supported, or they're just sort of greedy. So I really am very proud to be a partner in the franchise consulting company, where we have a very select group of franchises that have been, handpicked and vetted and tested over time to make sure that they're good, viable companies for someone to, own their own business and actually realize the financial revenue that a business owner should enjoy.
Right. You help make those connections, and that's the important part, because some people have a good idea or they're good workers, but they just don't know how to make that connection a lot of times. So, do you notice certain things trending or changing within the franchise industry?
Yeah, and it's really amazing because the franchising systems that, especially the ones that I work with, and I think as a whole, are really solving a lot of the problems that a small independent business owner would face. One is the marketing and getting through the maze of compliance with Google and SEO and the software that comes with franchises now includes the customer relationship management piece of it. So there's a lot of franchises where you just have an app and you're just kind of minding the app, making sure your crews are where they're supposed to be. You see when equipment's down, you can fix it in real time. And it's just so much easier than, years ago. As a small business owner myself, I had like 15 different spreadsheets,
Right.
databases, and trying to put them all together. And now it's just so much easier.
Technology is a wonderful thing, right? That helps make our lives a little bit easier, anyways.
It really
Uh,
does.
So, talking about easier, how did you end up? Are you from Southwest Florida originally?
No, I'm not from here originally. I moved here about 20 years ago.
Okay.
I was a Navy brat, so moved around a lot. And when I reached that part of my adulthood where I could choose where I wanted to live, Florida was my go-to. It's got that sweet spot of easy living and still a lot of economic growth to enjoy.
Absolutely. That's why we love it down here. And the weather's okay too, right?
Yeah, I can live with it.
So, when you do get a moment, I know your job can be very demanding, but when you do get a moment, what do you enjoy doing outside of work?
Well, I'm kind of a nerd. I come from an engineering background, so that was kind of a giveaway. Real into Space Con, Star Wars, Pokemon, typical gamer stuff. And luckily, being a franchise consultant, we take our franchises to national expos, so travel a lot, sort of a brand ambassador. And also go meet with the franchisors, and big conferences. We had one in the Bahamas. We've got one coming up in the Dominican. So they're just fun. And then to break away from that, there's a lot of little side quests, so it's just sort of exploring the world, for fun, and just never know what you're going to find.
That is great. And making those connections are great as well. So, did you celebrate May the 4th yesterday?
I absolutely did.
Right.
I started binge watching the Obi-Wan miniseries that they have, because I had just seen the Star Wars movie that's out in theaters a couple of days before, and it picked up right there. So
Nice.
cool.
Nice. That's a great way to enjoy the day. So, is there one thing you wish our listeners knew about, the franchise consulting company that maybe they wouldn't be too aware of?
Yeah, there's a couple of things. One is there's a component in our partnership where we can help you build your own franchise. Especially here in Florida, there's so many really cute, creative businesses that would make incredible franchises. When you get outside of Florida and you look at how drab some of the stuff is, you see these struggling businesses that are in, like one cafe might change ownership like 15 times, over 20 years. And a franchise would give them a more stable environment. And if you've learned how to be successful at your business, we can help you franchise that so that other people can pay you royalties to learn what you know and expand your brand. I also want them to know that it's not too good to be true that I offer the free consultations and take them through this journey and find things for them and vet them and, help them find the legal and financial resources, all free of charge. It's because I'm in partnership with the franchisors who, like a real estate agent, I get a little percentage at the end. So some people think it's too good to be true. It's like, you're for free, really?
Right.
But that's how it works.
Nice. Yeah, you get paid on the other end. So that's a good thing,
Yeah.
and making those connections. So how would our listeners go about contacting you if they had questions or were looking into their own franchise?
Just drop me a line. It's Robyn, Robyn, Robyn at the Franchise Consulting Company. And I know that's kind of long, but at least it's easy to spell. The
There,
Franchise Consulting Company, or call me. My number is 239-288-1873. You can
there
call
we
or
go.
text me. That's my personal cell, or look me up on the LinkedIn. Yeah.
Very good. Very good. Any last words for our listeners today?
Oh, just take advantage of the ripe opportunity for small business ownership right now. It is amazing and it's hot. So give me a call. We'll see if we can get your skill set into a model that will give you some long-term generational wealth, and quit watching everything just sort of drift by the stock market. You can take control.
And there's something out there for everybody, correct?
Winner, winner. Yeah, we've got everything from auditing services to restaurants. Pet services are super hot, medi spas. I mean, we've got a lot of different models that fit a lot of different career paths.
Very good. Well, looking forward to that. Robyn, it's been a pleasure getting to know you. Thank you for being such a good neighbor, and we'll see you out in the community soon.
See you then.
Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast, bringing together good vibes, great neighbors, local businesses in Southwest Florida. To nominate your favorite local business to be featured on the show, go to CaboWaboGym.com. That's CaboWaboGym.com, or call 239-427-4100.